So buying and selling properties. This is a lovely motto I love down here. Live where you want, invest where it makes sense, right? Absolutely. I mean, that's the whole key to this, but we just have to know where to invest at. So what is virtual investing? Virtual investing is the art of being able to run your investment business from anywhere you want with a laptop and a phone. Amen. Because do you think some of the things I've showed you just in a couple of days, this is starting to become more reality for you? Who says yes? Yeah. Because it is so true. As long as you have your team and you have the direction and the guidance that you need, really we can do this with our computer. Because let me ask you a question. If you're wholesaling a piece of property, do you really need to go there and touch it and feel it and smell it and like all that good stuff? No, because are you going to buy it? No. Who needs to touch it, feel it, and smell it? The buyer does. Okay? You just need to what? Control it. You need to control it so that they can't take it away from you. All right? So having systems that will allow you to do or will allow you to buy and sell your real estate deals through the internet is one of the things that are going to allow you to be able to be more efficient as a virtual investor. Virtual investor was a coined phrase by some people, I'd say 3 years ago in the business. I never really put a term on me investing virtually. I just always said I invest in markets that make me money. And that was really the way I looked at it, but I kind of liked virtual investing. So it's cool, right? But here's what we're going to cover. 5 steps to virtual investing, the step-by-step, finding the right market, building the right power team, which we talked a little bit about yesterday, but I'm going to give you some more resources, analyzing the deal from afar, processing the lead, and closing the deal. Would you say that would be the steps you need to know to be able to run that business, whether it's virtually or in your own backyard? Yeah. Absolutely, right? We just need the process. And I can tell you, if anybody in the room is like me or me like you, if you have ADD, we need process. If I don't have process, I'm like, where was I at? So it's so funny. My staff will come into my office and they'll be like, Zach, we need to do this, this, and this. And Rebecca will always stop and she'll say, focus, focus, focus. I'm like, what'd you just say? She's like, put the phone down, move the mouse, lay the pen down, look at me. I'm like, yes. So sometimes we need that, don't we? Especially my wife, she's like, I'm talking to you. I'm like, I'm hearing you. What did I say? I don't know. I don't know. So finding the right markets. If you ever asked yourself these questions, what market do I invest in? Yeah. How do I find that market, right? Not only that, but what's the best market to be in and what am I looking for? Are these questions that you've asked yourself, even in your own backyard? Yeah. And how many markets do I invest in, right? Well, I'm going to tell you that I will suggest 3, but start with 1. And then move to 2, and then move to 3. And out of those 3, 1 should be your own backyard, okay? Can I do this in my own market? Can I do this in my own market? Can you? Absolutely. I can't tell you how much money or how successful you'll be in your own backyard. I don't know where all of you are at, but I can tell you anything I'm going to show you right now, you can start in your own backyard doing, okay? So let's look at this. When we're researching markets, we always go to hpapps.com. They're changing their platform right now. I think they're actually going to be making it better, which would be really cool. But we can find vacancy rates, growth, what the growth patterns are going to be, and we can get a lot more data there from that resource because they are a commercial company that has to have this information for their investors. Do you think commercial investors are always looking for data? That is what they do. All we did was we took our commercial investing background and information and we applied it to our real estate business to determine which markets to be in for real estate investing. Simple enough, right? Most of us never do it though, okay? Special city information, city data, best places, spot crime, and housing intelligence are areas that you'll want to spend some time on as you move forward because it's going to allow to tell you, do you think you want to know basic city data information? And as I keep unfolding, you'll find out why it's so important, okay? Best places is always a cool, because write this down. This is a little golden nugget for you. I'm going to give you a golden nugget. Golden nugget. I'll give it to you later. All right. Now, how is the takeaway, right? I know, I probably won't. It was so hard for me to remind myself to remember to get you guys the link for getting reviews on your sites. But what's even better than that, one of the guys that has been a mentor to me was in town, and I asked him to come in here today to speak for about 30, 40 minutes about internet marketing, and I paid this guy $10,000 to come in my office for one day. Do you think that's a gift? Yeah, he's going to be here, no PowerPoint, just a computer, and he's going to show you guys some cool stuff on the web. Is that awesome? Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to have him give you those links because he gave them to me. So he actually came by the cocktail party last night. So he's a really good guy. I love him to death. So you know who he is, Sam? Yeah, internet genius. This kid, man, what he's been able to pull off is just insane. So these are some things you want to look at. Spot crime I always look at because as a wholesaler, I need to have the data in place when I go talk to my other investors to be prepared for what? Their rebuttal. So if I'm coming through and I see that property is located right smack in the middle of 100 sex offenders, you think that's going to be a hard sell? Yeah. Well, I have a family and we're looking for a good neighborhood. Okay, this won't work. So these are things you've got to be prepared to look for, okay? Now, here's a website. How many of you have been to or go to regularly CNN Money? Are you joking me? Wow. Okay, write it down, circle it, highlight it, make it your homepage. Every morning I'm on this site looking at updated information. CNN Money will become your best friend in the real estate market. When I'm on the treadmill, I got it on CNN Money News. When I'm in my office, my homepage is CNN Money. I'm all over CNN Money because it gives you what's going on in the real estate market right now. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? Now what you got to do though is before you just go make it your homepage, you want to go to personal finance and you want to click on real estate. And then when you get that page pulled up, that's what you make your home page, okay? Because when we get here, there's two things we're going to look for. We're going to look for best places to live and latest home price. Nobody caught what I did just a few minutes ago, did you? You did. I was going to give you a gold nugget, and I totally took you off track with me, didn't I? What was it? No, I didn't get. Here's the golden nugget. All right, you ready? Nobody. I just want to see how many people would ask for it. You guys are just like, oh, back on the computer. All right, here we go. Golden nugget. Go to uhaul.com. That's your golden nugget. Go to uhaul.com. You know where I'm going with this, don't you? And look for the most popular one-way destination. What is that going to tell you? That tells you where everybody's going to and they're not coming back. And that's where you're going to see where the mass is moving to. Is that pretty cool? Yeah. That's real cool. It's just something that simple, right? So best places to live and latest home prices are two things that we're always searching out as we do our research. But I'm going to give you some other stuff as we keep moving forward. But when we're talking about best places to live, the reason we want to pull this data up is because we're going to determine if a market makes sense to be in, okay? We always go to the full list, and once we're inside the full list, it'll give us a list of all the best places to live, but from there, I want you to write this down. We go to full list, and then we go to all cities. So that it'll basically give you an A through Z. And then whatever city you think you want to be in, click on that city's name. And then it'll pull up a city, overview of what's going on in your city. And what we're looking for is this: median family income, growth rate, and we're looking for medium home price. This is San Diego stats, okay? This is all still CNN money. Yep, I'm just taking you through the pages here. We can see that the average best places to live is at 90,000. San Diego's at 70. The average growth rate in the best places to live is 15%. San Diego's at 3.4. The medium home price is 290,000. The average best places to live is 239. The reason I'm showing you this is this. There's some things I'm looking for. I want to determine whether or not there is room for appreciation. So, can the average income here afford the average house price? What do you think? No. $70,000 can, I don't have my mortgage calculator with me right now, but if I'm not mistaken, it can afford you about a $180,000, $190,000 house on a DTI ratio, debt to income ratio. And there's a calculator in CNN Money that says how much can I afford. You can just go there and put this income in, and it'll tell you how much house you can afford. And so the reason I'm looking for that is this, is if this said 200 or 150,000 and the median income was 70, is there room for appreciation? Immediately, right? I don't even have to do anything. The people there can afford more than what that medium home is, which means the majority of people there make more money than what the majority of people can afford as housing. So I know there's an instant appreciation that I can obtain when I get there. In this scenario, I know that there's going to have to be other cases I'm going to have to look at. Meaning, one, I'm not going to get instant appreciation unless I create what's called forced appreciation, which means I got to improve the house, or I got to find an area that first-time home buyers are moving into, which we call forced appreciation. The job growth, I'd be very nervous. It may be good compared to where it was, you know what I mean? But I would probably monitor that job growth for several more months to see if it was on an incline or if it was bouncing, right? Because look at the average best places to live. What is that? 15%. What do you think a good job growth is right now in a city out there? What if I could show you cities that are getting 50, 60, 70% job growth right now? Who said no way? It's out there. I'll show you some. You got to do the research though. No, you have to start. I can because I save all this stuff. But I'm showing it to you now because it's like trading stocks. You got to keep this data saved in a file on your desktop so that you can keep looking at each quarter. And then what we do in my office is we have an Excel sheet, and when we put the city in, we put these datas in, and so that we can keep track of it. And then in Excel, you can create a chart graph, and then we just use that, and it basically charts it out for us. So we treat markets just like a stock. We watch it. So start doing it. It'll absolutely help your business, and it'll help you become a better investor too. So let's look at some other ones. Look, here's Sacramento, California. Look at Sacramento. $56,000 median family income, 18% job growth, $134,000 median home price. Is that a good market right now? I'm all in Sacramento right now. I probably dumped 10,000 letters in there. We just got a billboard sign. I'm about to run a TV commercial. I'm all over Sacramento. I knew Sacramento would come back. That's why I never sold a single one of my properties in Sacramento. Sacramento is just too well diversified and has too many economic indicators to just count that once it fell, it would stay down. And it never peaked like the San Francisco Bay did or like San Diego did. It went up, but it came down a little. It didn't crash. You follow me? And so in all of our Excel charts show that. And so when we can see that it's moving like, I heard something, didn't I? Well, is that you? Give me a mic. Give me a mic. Can I get a mic, please? Can I get a mic, please? Can I get a mic, please? What do you want to sing today for us? Good Morning, America? Oh, clear it out now. Stand up now. We want to all see your pretty face. What are you going to sing for us? She's thinking. She's thinking. She's thinking.
Where are you from? Okay, I'll sing happy birthday.
Sounds good to me.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Zack. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. All right. Rebecca, can you grab that mic, please? Okay, so Sacramento would be a plus, right? So, and that's how we know that. Now, this is just the start of our research. We're going to dig more into it, and I'm going to show you how we do that. Now, let's look at another one. Look at Huntsville. $68,000 medium income, $140,000 in home value. But look what it says on job growth, 3.3. Does that make me nervous? Yes, it does, because I'll tell you why it makes me nervous is because that they're not reporting what's about to happen. Okay, that's why what I'm about to show you, you also need. Because this is reporting on what? Last year, right? It's pulling last year's data and giving you this. What it doesn't tell you is what we're about to move into, which is called the economic indicators, which tells you the future. Okay? Because I know that what's about to happen in Huntsville is probably going to push that up into a 15 or 20%. That's why when the average person goes here and they see this, they would probably never even consider it. But the more advanced investor who does the research is going to get in, and then when that jumps to a 15 to 20, guess where they are? They're in front of everybody, right? So that's what you want to look at. So let's look at this. What about this? Best places to live. Does anybody know where Colon County, Texas is? McAllen, Dallas, Garland, McKinney, Plano? Anybody know where that is? Look at this right here, 53% job growth. Would that be quite interesting to be part of? You guys, that's your backyard. You invest there. See? This man's been investing for years, actually. Yeah, Plano! Woo! Give up Plano! Oh, how about going McAllen, right? McKinney. So anyways, you can go here and they have literally 25 of the best places to live in here with job growths are between 20 and I think 70%. Is that awesome? This is just the tip of what we're doing here, okay? Does anybody know what MGIC is? Anybody in here? What is it, sir? It's the mortgage backers for banks, right? To make it simple. Right here, it'll say right here, it says Mortgage Guarantee Insurance Corporation. They're the company that guarantees the mortgages that banks put out there. Is that a pretty solid company?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think their data has got some value to it? Well, it does. And how current do you think that data has to stay? Very current. Do you realize that this is where all your mortgage brokers and bankers go to when you walk in their office and ask them questions? Would you like to be ahead of them? Yes. Absolutely. So what we do is we go in here and you see this little says guides and it's called MGIC.com. We go under guides. Once we're inside guides, what we're going to look for is, look at this, underwriting guidelines. We know exactly what our mortgage brokers know. Well, the ones that are actually doing some work and not just reading a rate sheet. So, but we can go right in here and we can find that data. But look at this. If once we go inside, we can find what the banks or the lenders are requiring as a restricted market. Would that be good to know? Yeah, because that means they're not loaning money. They're not loaning money, right? That's the market. You know what? We're not going to loan money in that market because we call it a restricted market. So we can go right in here and pull that restricted market. So as we're doing our market research, do you think we want to be in a restricted market if we're selling to first-time home buyers or if we're selling to people who need to get a loan? No, because it's going to create more heartache for us because we're going to get frustrated that we're not getting deals done. And then guess what happens after frustration? We quit, okay? But look over here to the left, market trends analysis. Guys? Yeah. You could, but you got to think about this. What happens when the point comes they've got to qualify for a loan? You can do anything you want to do. I wouldn't, personally, because we put our lease options on a 1.5 year qualification process, and in a 1.5 years, do you think the industry is going to change? I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't have any faith in the Lending Institute right now. I really don't. I think it's going to, my personal opinion, I think it's going to take probably another 3 years for them to clean up what they've created to be able to allow people to be in a position to be able to get loans easy. And so when I'm pulling real-time data on restricted markets, I'm thinking about that. I'd rather be in a market that's not restricted, that I can just do whatever I want and make it an easier playing ground, right? Now, you think all this research to determine markets is going to be a lot of work? Absolutely it will be. If you're out there doing it on your own, it will be a ton of work. But I don't want you to do that. If you go under Market Trends Analysis Report, look at this. They've done all the work for you. They've literally given you all the work on all the major cities in your area. You just click on the city. It brings you up a report. It'll tell you the economic indicators, the current position of the city and its balance of income, its job growth, its employment rate. It'll even give you an economic analysis of what they think the market condition is. Is that pretty cool? How many of you guys didn't like that? Okay, why didn't you say something when I asked you? How many of you guys like this? Yeah, I just saved you how much time? Like, yeah. I mean, when I found this was another one of those 2 o'clock in the morning things. Baby, 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 baby. Leave me alone, I'm sleeping. So, I mean, I get excited about it. Listen, if I ain't got to do the work, I'm excited, okay? And all you do is you go in and you pull this, you start pulling it on each city you're thinking about investing in and determine what MGIC says about it. We can even go here, and once we're inside here, we can start looking. Look, market, and now this slide's old, but it'll tell you the date and the month that they updated, and they literally update it about every week. Every week it's updated with new information. So you're not going in here pulling old data, okay? Here's another one. To just cross-reference one, we can go to PMI. Does anybody know what PMI is? You think they know their research? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. How many of you have ever been to PMI? Good. Are you using the report analysis? Awesome. So when you go in here, you want to go under PMI Econ. Once you're inside here, they have a whole nother report, economic and real estate trends analysis done for you. Do you know what it would cost you to have one of these done for you? Thousands of dollars.